But the one thing I think that is quite pertinent and specifically relevant for Tay is last week, and
Yeah.
just the human spirit when things are tough. And yeah, agreed. And also just the aftermath. Like once the
Yeah.
event happens, that's not the
And
end of it. And how does that play into just recruitment and seeing the person on the other side? So had a very interesting week last week. Mine probably less so than Taylor's.
yes.
Where you had to rush off on Saturday last week. And was it
First
Saturday?
thing. Yeah.
Well,
First
the
thing
phone call started
Saturday.
coming, what, Thursday?
Wednesday.
Yes, Wednesday
First thing
last week.
Wednesday morning.
Or the week before, actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the week before. Yeah, so we're almost 2 weeks?
2 weeks in. Yep.
2 weeks. Yeah.
Since the phone calls.
Yeah. I woke up to a text message on Wednesday morning from my sister-in-law saying, "Hey Tay, how's your dad and your nan? I've heard that their next door neighbors, they're waiting to be helicoptered out of their house from the flooding." And I'm like, "What?
What are you
What
talking
do you
about?
mean?" So jumped on the phone to Dad and I said, "Hey, I just heard that like Sam, he's requesting the SES to come with their helicopters. They're going to be stranded on their second story." He's like, "Yeah, so our house is gone and so's your nan's and so's your auntie's. And we're at our next door neighbors on their second balcony waiting to be chopped out or boated out by the SES. We've been waiting since 10 p.m. the night before." So that was an interesting morning, and that day was just chaos, like really, because my nan, she's not the healthiest person. She's immune compromised, and she has a little puppy that literally is her life. And so there was just a lot of stress, wondering, are they going to get out? What's happening? Like nobody knew really. We didn't know the state of how high that the floodwater went into the houses, or, you know, what the damage was as well. So I think that day it was, I don't even know, like it was crazy. Like my mind just like could not stop thinking about it, because obviously it's where I grew up. Like we still know the community in Glenthorne because we still grew up with those people. And there was actually people who were requesting the helicopter. They had a baby with them as well. So they, or a toddler, I think he was 2. They actually had to helicopter him out of the house too. So it was like pretty crazy seeing everything, and it was a bit of a blur really. And immediately Jordan, my partner, and I were like, okay, well, when can we get there? Like no questions asked, like we need to be there for support, the cleanup and everything like that. So that whole week we were just trying to find out, can we get home? No, the highways are closed. Okay, well, when's that going to be open? Nobody knows. What's the damage? Don't know, because as soon as they got evacuated out, they took them to Foster, and then they got stranded in Foster for 3 days. So they actually didn't know the state of their house until Friday night. My brother was able to drive in because he lives on another part of town, and he waded in water to get to the house to see the damage, and everything was gone.
Yep.
Yeah, my nan's shed just like it lifted, and it went, the back of my dad's shed just like blew out. Like it was insane. Like Glenthorne floods a lot, but it never ever has gotten into the houses, and it was like shin to knee deep across houses. And my sister-in-law's house was like waist deep. My auntie's house, her whole bottom floor just destroyed. So yeah, we were doing sort of due diligence, seeing when the highway was open. And we took a gamble on Saturday. So we're like, right, so apparently the highway's supposed to be open at lunchtime. So we basically split second Friday night, went, right, we're going. Jumped in the car first thing Saturday morning, and we managed to get there. And then we rocked up and then saw the damage. And like, I think everyone just like bursted into tears because it was like walking into a movie scene where things have just been like bombed.
Yeah.
Like there was just debris, everything. We were wading around in like shin deep mud with our gum boots. Like I don't know, it was just, you can't describe it.
Eerie, like an eerie
It
feeling.
was. Yeah. And so we did sort of all of the hosing and getting out all of the furniture and things like that. And then sort of the second day, I remember taking a video and it was at like 7 a.m. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, what is this? And I think that was the video that I sent you.
Yes.
And it was really eerie, and there was a fire because it's all rural property as well. So there was people lighting things on fire because like there was nowhere, like what else are they going to do? No one was coming to pick it up just yet. And there was just like everyone's belongings were just like scattered across their yards, like really eerie. And there was debris, there was like these massive big logs just everywhere. There was just machinery left, right and center, like trying to clear the road so you can get in. It was just a surreal experience. Like it was daunting, heartbreaking, but yeah, it was also, I guess the high point, I think, for everybody there was the community and the way that they rallied around everybody. We had randoms come up and, you know, they had big things of sandwiches, and there was a food truck that, you know, set up and
Excuse me.
brought curries to everyone. And then there was a coffee van that, you know, would come and here's a coffee. Do you want a muesli bar? Here's a chocolate. Like we had so much food. Like it was crazy. There was a guy on the back of his ATV. He had all side by side. He had a big what do you call it? Like a tray. It was full of ice, beers, soft drink, like everything. And he'd come after that, hey, want a beer? Hey, want a beer? Want a Coke? Want a beer? And like that just made everyone, it was like, yeah, it's been 3 massive days. Next minute, this guy comes in, he's got the music going, he's got this tray full of beers, and morale just like went straight back up. Like it was so crazy, just those little things. But also, like, I had random people like from my school, like everybody just like rallied around everybody, no matter who you were. Because we were all in this together. Like, and the thing was that flood was so big and so unexpected, it basically stopped the whole town. Like everything stopped for like a good 3 days.
Yep.
It was wild.
That's when you go through a situation, traumatic situation like that,
Yeah,
it's actually so humbling to stand back and to see just the human spirit come through. It's like
honestly.
you've lost everything, like there's nothing left. And I think you said to me, one of the guys that was helping and, you know, coming to scrape stuff away and take stuff away, his house was
Yep,
underwater, but he came to help.
yep,
So it's just, and I was sort of sitting here away from it all and getting updates and just seeing what I could see. But yeah, just being in that situation, realizing that people have suffered and are still suffering, like, but
yep,
there's that, just that human spirit of, um, we want to help and we understand what you're going through. And I think that creates a bond. That's a bond that you can't break.
yep.
And if we relay that back to recruitment and
Mhm.
a work environment, sometimes you as a team, you go through a tough time, and you know that's why building a resilient team and a team that can go through tough times together, you get out on the other side and you're stronger, and
100. Yeah.
you're able, you almost feel a little bit invincible. It's like, okay, we've done that. I've come through on the other side. I've seen the worst,
Yeah.
and I'm okay. And I'm able to help other people through that as well. I think that's a little bit part of the healing for trauma as well, is being able to help and to provide support to other people. It's not just a me focus, and I feel like our world has become such a me focused world, where you get joy and growth and a lot of personal growth when you can just give a little bit more,
I think so.
add to somebody else's life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But also do it without needing the
expecting. Yep.
recognition or expecting the recognition. And that was huge last week too. So, and it was like people would just randomly rock up with their machinery or randomly rock up with their wheelbarrows and shovels, or they'd just rock up with their gumboots and be like, all right, what can I lift for you?
Yeah.
Like, just really like genuine people that want to help no matter what.
Yeah.
So, and I think too, and like I said on Monday, I'm like, I did reflect on that, and it's like, that's recruitment, like being resilient, like just helping people, like whether it's helping someone get their confidence back after a lot of no's, or just being someone there for a soundboard, or do the heavy lifting to help someone with their resume, or building a client team, and just being there for the support, just someone to, I don't know, cry on their shoulder, or not really cry, but like cry on their shoulder kind of thing, like be that support that people need. And I think that screams so much louder than words, doing things on the side so people are like, oh yeah, you're a good person.
Rocking up
And
in our
that's
gum boots and saying, how can we help?
exactly. And ultimately, that's why we're in this career.
Yep.
We're doing it for the right reasons. People come first for us. 1,000% people come first.
Yep.
Recruitment at its core isn't about the sales and the KPIs. It's about the people and the connection with people and doing the right thing by those people.
Yes.
And I experienced that all last week. And I'm like, yeah, there's still good people in the world.
There is.
There's a lot of them, actually.
There's a lot of gumboot warriors out there that are willing to help no matter what. And I really just wanted to reflect on that journey for you, because obviously Dad and Gran and Auntie and so many people going through it, but you're also going through it. And even though you were helping physically, now you're not there. It's that emotional challenge to be able to support from afar, which is sometimes even more difficult than actually just being there and doing it. So, just helping. Gumboot. I like that. I've got my gumboots on. What can I do? How can I help?
Well, I've still got them in the shed. They're full of mud, so I can always pull them back out. They stink, actually. It was starting to really smell.
Yes.
Obviously, because it's farmland.
Yes.
You could imagine what stench was in that mud. I think actually they're going to the bin. There's no saving them.
No, they've got to be thrown away. Get rid of them.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the human spirit. And that's, I think, in the recruitment journey, you go through ups and downs as a candidate, as a client, when you're struggling to find the right people. And just yesterday or the day before, I had a client ring me going through a very, very, very tough time at the moment. And just being, firstly, I was so thankful that the person could ring me and felt comfortable to ring me. And secondly, I could just be a sounding board. I actually didn't do anything. They already knew the answers. They already knew what needed to happen. but they just needed to talk to somebody
Yeah.
that's not in the situation, that's a little bit removed. So, and that cost me nothing. It cost me 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes of my time. And I know that that made a huge difference to somebody else's life,
Yeah.
going through a traumatic experience, and just helping with resumes.
Yeah.
We're not going to get you the job because you're applying to a different company, but we can help with the resume. So
It's
yeah,
about the bigger picture at the end of the day.
correct,
And our motto is the human connection.
correct. Yeah,
So I mean, we're all human, but I feel like today we can get disconnected, and we're all about, bringing back that connectivity to human and face to face, and yeah, just being human. Like, everyone's human. We all do good things.
make mistakes.
We all make mistakes, and it's like, yep, accept it, move on. How do we learn from this? Or putting the people in place to be able to support you in getting where you need to go
Yeah,
as well.
absolutely.
Yeah, so yeah, we're not scary people.
And that's us. And hopefully Tori and Glenthorne can
Yeah.
rebuild quickly. There's
Yeah.
some
I
really
think it will
resilient
take
people that live there.
Yeah.
Mm,
I think it will take some time, given a lot of people lost their houses 2021 and now they've lost them again in 2025. So I think it will take some time, but there is the support down there of people. Like, my dad has a great support network. My nan has a great support network. My auntie, like, everybody has such a great support network as well. And there's a lot of people going through the same things at the same time as
yeah,
well.
correct.
So they're all supporting each other, and they know what they're all going through as well.
Yep.
So
Shared
that's really good.
experience.
But just the volunteers and everyone, like, there was a food truck that came up from Melbourne.
Wow.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, that's incredible. Like, so there's those sorts of people around.
Yeah.
And yeah, but my nan is enjoying sunny Queensland for the next couple
Yes.
of months while we rebuild her home. So she's having a little bit of a holiday. It's probably what she needs.
Yeah, a bit of a break.
Hopefully.
Mm.
So yeah,
That's it.
it's all
That's us.
good. Yeah.
All right.